Bürgerbewegung Pax Europa. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. This year's extended conference program notes that independent professional media play a central role in informing citizens on issues of public interest, facilitating democratic debate, and holding those in power to account. Regrettably, in recent times, said independent media have been subjected to harassment by courts and authorities, notably west of Vienna. Furthermore, the OSCE report on human dimension commitments and state responses to the COVID-19 pandemic addresses the particular concern related to the publishing of information about the pandemic, including medical remedies for the disease, with some countries restricting access to government press conferences or limited opportunities to ask questions. Increasing numbers of critics and political opponents of government policies are silenced through censorship and criminal charges. One case in point concerns the independent journalist and critic of political Islam, Michael Stürzenberger. While speaking the documentable truth about political Islam and highlighting the consequences of Germany's open border policies, backing his criticism up with facts from the German Federal Criminal Police Office, he was recently sentenced to 6 months in jail without parole on the grounds of hate speech. As has been seen in numerous cases, what is and is not hate speech is an entirely subjective judgment and is a powerful tool of the powerful to silence the powerless. Mr. Stürzenberger speaking of the truth is unwelcome, and his case is an example to others to keep silent, while at the same time endangering his life by locking him up with likely the same people whose actions he criticized. Another case concerns Boris Reitschuster, an independent journalist who for 18 months reported from the daily German Federal Press Conference. By asking the government critical questions, he was told more or less directly that his questions would disrupt the good relationship of journalists to the German government. When he refused to change the way he asked his questions, he was defamed in mainstream media outlets. In March of 2022, he was banned from the press conference because his foreign residence prevents him from fulfilling the requirements for a German parliamentary correspondent. Pax Europa thus recommends that participating states and national authorities ensure safe and free working conditions for independent media and journalists, both east and west of Vienna, and refrain from prosecution for documentable truth. That the OSCE representative for freedom of the media declare that the documentable truth can never constitute hate speech. That participating states should refrain from adopting and repeal any offenses pertaining to the dissemination of so-called false information and ensure access to independent and pluralistic sources of media. And finally, that participating states remove all restrictions and barriers to the free flow of information to restore freedom of speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.